Super Bowl champ 40-year-old Joe Flacco starting in week 1. Choose your QB. 3 QBs fighting to be the backup, all 3 dealing with injuries. 2022 first-round pick Kenny Pickett has a hamstring issue. Shedeur Sanders dealing with an oblique injury, while fellow rookie Gabriel is nursing a hamstring injury. On Saturday, Sanders not playing against the Eagles, so Gabriel gets his first preseason start. Here we go. We're in Philadelphia. Sanders looking on. Gabriel looking to lead the Browns. First drive of the game, 3rd down, hits Blake Whiteheart over the middle, 10-yard pickup. Finished 4 for 4 for 29 yards on his first drive, and the Browns would pound in a touchdown. But on his next drive, first play of the second quarter, Gabriel's throw intercepted as he throws into traffic. Andrew Makuba, you remember him, avoids a tackle, the second-round pick out of Texas. 75 yards to the house with a pick 6, and the Eagles take a 7-6 lead. Gabriel only had 6 INTs at Oregon last year. Did not get any better for him. Later in the quarter, first play of the drive, tries to hand it off. Oh, no. Ball's out. And guess who it is? Makuba comes up with the recovery for Philadelphia. Gabriel finished 13 of 18 for 143 yards, 5 drives, but the 2 turnovers were costly. Ensuing Eagles drive, 3rd and goal. Kyle McCord to Aniyah Smith, and he's in for the touchdown. Eagles take a 13-9 lead. The 6th-round pick out of Syracuse throwing a dime. Eagles first play of the 3rd, former Cleveland Brown Dorian Thompson-Robinson intercepted by KJ Henry. Pick 6. Browns win 22-13. Significant to some. Dillon Gabriel was interviewed on the sideline after his outing, and it sounded like he took a jab at Shedeur. Take a listen.
You gave us some fabulous wisdom on how you tune out the noise and you don't let it infiltrate yourself. Will you share that with everybody at home?
Yeah, I think it's just part of it. You know, there's entertainers and there's competitors, and I totally understand that. And my job is to compete, and that's what I'm focused on doing. Of course, we're doing this mid-game, but you know, it's something that I'll get used to, and just want to be the best team that I can and create an environment where we can all go do our best work. That's all we want to do. All you in this room are entertainers, and you have a job to do, and I respect it, right? And I'm a competitor, so I have a job to do as well. And I think, you know, just understanding that, that's how I've lived by, and I've said that multiple times. So definitely not a new quote, but something that I've definitely said before. I'm all about our team, you know what I mean, and each other. I would never make that, and I've said it before, that's why it's interesting. But for me, I've explained it. Entertainers are you all, competitor. That's what I am, and all my teammates, and we both have jobs to do. So that's it.
All right, so he kind of walked it back there in his post-game press conference. Look, you can talk the talk, but at the end of the day, you got to walk the walk, and 2 turnovers is not walking the walk. Tyler Huntley also in the Browns QB room, battling for a spot on the practice squad, getting plenty of reps because of the injuries. The Browns are likely to carry 4 quarterbacks on the roster to open the season. Cleveland opens the regular season at home against the Bengals in week 1. And here with former Louisiana running back Emory Hunt. Emory, you heard what Dillon Gabriel said. There's entertainers, there's competitors. We're entertainers, we're journalists. But what he said, I guess you could sort of, what do you think about that? What's your reaction to his comments there?
Well, I was watching this game live, and I watched that interview live, and I watched what he said. Now, here I am coloring in all of the context for you guys. When he was being interviewed, you could tell he was nervous and kind of didn't want to be there. He was kind of want to get back to the sideline and watch the game. And so that question followed up when he was given shorter answers. So when he said that, I felt like he was directly talking to Aditi Kinkhabwala and saying, you guys are entertainers. Now, what happens is when he says that, people's own thought process automatically went to Shedeur. So when people say that, why are you thinking Shedeur in that scenario and not the context of that interview? I think this was about him not wanting to do this interview on the sideline during a live game, and he said it also, I'm not used to this, it's something I have to get used to. He was talking about the interview and not Shedeur.
So you're trying to tell me that he's saying there's entertainers, meaning those of us in the media or those that are criticizing, and he's a competitor, and in this context, he's not listening to the noise? Is that what you're trying to translate? Because I'm hearing a small jab there at Shedeur as being an entertainer with the top watch and everything like that, everything that follows him. He's there to compete. Remember, he was not at Oregon Remember who it was? It was Bo Nix. When Dan Lanning said, we're not out here for clicks. So he's aware of that comment being made, and he knows what follows Shedeur. Look, it can't be easy being in camp with Shedeur Sanders, right? But you can't be sitting here trolling your fellow rookie, because that's what it sounded like.
But I don't think that's what he meant. Now, it may sound like that to someone that wants to be, now we're being entertainers, right? Instead of being competitors. So that's what he's talking about. And for me, it's like, hey man, if you want to be a competitor, go out there and compete. Competitors don't throw pick sixes in a situation where it was, what, second down, you could throw the ball away, live to play another down. And you have to go out there and compete in the practice. And I could tell right now, based on how we're reacting to this and how everyone is reacting to this, that competition is real, because you have Gabriel pressing, you have Shedeur pressing, you have Kenny Pickett pressing, because all three of those guys have been injured or dealt with some injury so far in this competition. Joe Flacco is on the easy street because he knows he's going to be the starter, and he's the one that's, living scot-free right now.
Yeah, I just think that don't leave anything open, right, for any sort of translation in that situation. Just be
right. Be clear.
Let your yes be yes and your no be no.
He could have easily just said, "I am so."
Do not leave it open for interpretation.
He could say, "I'm so uncomfortable doing the sideline interview. Please excuse me if I'm giving short answers." But him throwing that phrase in there definitely adds some intrigue, because it didn't make sense in reference to the media. The media is not there to entertain. They're not doing this just for the sake of entertainment. It's preseason football. This is not the first time you've watched a preseason game. You watched your teammate get interviewed on the sideline after his drive. So, it was a kind of a weird quote, but that's what happens when you're so robotic and not genuine. You go to coaches' cliches, you go to cliches that you hang on, and that's what happened. He got caught up in the situation, but I don't think he meant it based on how he was responding to that interview, because he was clearly uncomfortable.
All right, now let's get your grade for what he did on the field in this game. His preseason debut, he was 13 of 18, 143 yards, interception, and a fumble. He throws that pick into traffic.
I'll give him a B-. Okay. The B comes from his efficiency and how he gets the ball out quickly. He's a point-and-shoot passer, someone that does a job in getting the ball out quickly when his pre-snap read jobs with what he sees post-snap. So once he sees it, it's coming out. We saw that all throughout the ball game. But also what happens is the minus comes in with the turnover. That was a play he could have thrown away or ran out of bounds or did whatever to live another down. And so you have that. The fumble snap, that could have been on the running back taking the wrong track, or him not going out and going get it. Maybe that's the hamstring. So I'm going to throw that one in the wash, because I think that could be on either guy. And that's something that the coaches will have to decide. But the interception was something that was totally unavoidable. And he didn't capitalize inside the red zone in terms of touchdowns. I think that's where Shedeur has that advantage.
All right, if you were to give me winners and losers from this game, you could make the argument that Shedeur Sanders is a winner sitting on the sideline. How concerned are you about the oblique injury and how this will impact his chances at really earning the backup job?
We've done this all throughout this whole competition, right? I'm not concerned at all, because we were also supposed to be concerned about this sore shoulder, right? Yep. And he went out there and balled out. And now we're supposed to be concerned about this oblique, and he's probably going to play next week, right? And so I think Shedeur Sanders is the big winner here. The reason why is because where he excels is where he has always excelled, going back to his tape at Colorado, inside the red zone versus situational pressure versus pressure of the defense. And once that first read was taken away from Dillon Gabriel, you saw him hold the football and eat 2 sacks. Those are the things that we didn't see Shedeur Sanders do in his outing in the pros so far in his first game. So I think that's the biggest winner, Shedeur Sanders, because he didn't play and it wasn't wowing head and shoulders above of what he did. Now, the biggest loser, Kenny Pickett.
Yep.
What Gabriel showed out there today was that his floor is Kenny Pickett. So at worst, you know that both of these quarterbacks, Shedeur Sanders and Dillon Gabriel, can give you Kenny Pickett level play as rookies. So if they can give you Kenny Pickett play as rookies, why do we have Kenny Pickett? That's the trade piece. And based on how we saw Shedeur Sanders play and also Dillon Gabriel play, Pickett now becomes expendable, because both of these rookies have played a lot of games. Shedeur 4 years between Jackson State and Colorado. Dillon Gabriel 6 years across 3 different schools. They give you more than Kenny Pickett, who essentially back in college was that one-year wonder in terms of his wowing statistics.
Word out of Cleveland is that 40-year-old Joe Flacco will be the Week 1 starter with the injuries. Emory, it's inevitable that he'll get the nod, considering he's already run Kevin Stefanski's offense with efficiency in 2023.
We keep saying 2023 as if we don't remember what 2023 looked like.
Magical.
Pick 6
Except
in
the playoffs.
No. Let's start there and end there. Pick 6 in the playoffs, fumbles in the playoffs, and then keep talking about 2024. They bypassed that. We saw them with the Colts.
He still ran the offense efficiently for Cleveland, which is what Kevin Stefanski's been looking for.
I am starting to believe Kevin Stefanski.
That I'm a Browns fan? Yeah.
No. That I know. I'm starting to believe that Kevin Stefanski cares more about how his plays look on the whiteboard as opposed to how they're actually run out there on the field. Like, you got to get guys that don't turn the ball over. Shedeur doesn't. Flacco does at times. He's just only getting older. We remember 2023 late and also 2024 with the Colts.
Yeah, but you know how this is going to go. Joe's going to go out there, win a couple games. He might struggle. He might get injured. And then, boom.
One of these guys is going to play.
Rookie in the game and to take over. Because the guy holding the clipboard is going to be the most popular guy in Cleveland. I can guarantee you that.
Listen.
Always that situation.
Right. And they just announced on their broadcast, they just picked up a new affiliate in Hawaii. So, yes, Joe Flacco can't throw one incomplete pass in the regular season before people start calling for Shedeur or Gabriel.
Cleveland opens the regular season at home against the Bengals in Week 1. Emery Hunt here with us on CBS Sports HQ. Always good to be with Emery. The Browns have had the worst quarterback play in completion percentage, last in yards per attempt, last in passing touchdowns, no consistency. The Browns have had 40